Hello and welcome to today's SciFier unboxing. As you can see, we have 3 fairly large boxes, but one of them is a little smaller but still big. 4 fairly large boxes from SciFier to open today. So SciFier have decided to end their point system, and as a last hurrah to use up my credit, which I have been accumulating since November 2023, I did a buying stream where I bought a whole lot of stuff and it has all arrived, so we are going to unbox it together. If you're interested in checking out that stream, it is still up on my channel. I'll leave a link in the description. I did cull it and then add some more in, so I didn't overly cull it too much. I had removed stuff I added during the stream, but then I added stuff post-stream as well, so there's still some surprises even if you watched it. I don't know how large they look, but I am now stood up and this is at eye height. This kind of reaches like, that's my elbow, so it's like midway up my arm, I guess. It's a fairly nicely tall, juicy stack. Ignore the pile of stuff I need to put away in the corner. That's another video's problem, and this will just add to it. The boxes have been stacked like this just next to the shelves for like a week or so, and you can see some of them are starting to bow, particularly that bottom one. It is a very unsteady set of boxes, so we really need to just open these and see what's inside. Hopefully manga. I'm so excited. Okay, we've migrated to the floor studio to open the first box. I think this is the one that was at the bottom. I had a bit of trouble like trying to deconstruct the tower and ended up just throwing them all on the floor by mistake. Thank goodness I wasn't recording that. Yuna. No, it's Mika. It's not usually Mika that comes to say hello. Thank goodness I wasn't recording that because people probably get very mad at me. I don't mean to treat manga the way I do. I'm just very clumsy. I treat myself the same way, if that makes it any better. I do need to invest in more sharp things. I do have my Stanleys, but I don't know where I've put them. They're somewhere. I can't remember where. Our first box of 4. If you're not in the Discord yet, do join the Discord. We are currently doing a 1,000 volume read challenge, though we have right royally smashed it by the time I'm recording this. And I'm very excited to get more volumes to do more reading. One of those looked potentially Faku-esque, so we're just going to turn that over for now. Okay, the first of many packages. So even though the point system has now, well, I say it's gone, it's still got a few days left as of recording, but by the time this goes up publicly, it'll have long gone. By the time it goes up for members, there's a decent chance it might have already gone as well. It ended on the 20th of August 2024. And I think they basically said that not really many people were using it, so they've decided to just remove the system. I have tried to tell as many people as possible. I made like TikToks and Instagram Reels and posted on everywhere I could. Hopefully everyone has managed to save what points they have got and convert it into credit. The credit, as far as I have been told, is good, and you don't have to worry about it expiring, at least for the moment. Okay, anyway, on top we have got Throw Away the Suit Together from 7 Seas. I understand this might be a GL. I think this was a series. Yes. Can you cats please stop walking on the camera stand? They're doing it on purpose. Like they have to slightly go out of their way to walk on it because of how it is with the box and like the space I've left them. They're being dicks. Okay, anyway, GL series, and I was like, is it a GL? Yes, because it's got the little flower on the back that 7 Seas do. I really wish that 7 Seas would put it on the spine like they do with Ghost Ship, Airship, Steamship. That's what, when they announced it, that's what I was really hoping they were going to do. Unfortunately, they didn't. They do just do a flower on the back. At least it's something, I guess. But yes, Liddy Moon loves her GL and makes me pick up any and all GL that there is to also read it with her. So, new series GL. Then we got One Punch Man at 26, which is actually to fill a gap because there have been, I know it really doesn't seem that way because I keep posting videos and I'm fairly consistent, but I do actually go for quite big periods of time where I don't buy manga. I don't think I placed a single SciFier order in the month of July, which is unusual for me. But what it has actually meant is there are a few series that, because they do release fairly frequently, I have missed 1 or 2, not realizing, because I just assume I'm up to date with it. It doesn't cross my mind that I I'm actually 2 volumes behind because I've just left it that long to look at the series. And that's what happened with One Punch Man, and it's actually happened with a few other series in here. One Punch Man is a series I really do enjoy, but I feel I only enjoy it if I read a load of volumes at once. So I haven't read, I think, past like 24, I want to say. I have at 28 at the moment, so I'm going to do another binge of a chunk of volumes. But it is definitely a binging series in my opinion. Next we have Delinquent Daddy and Tender Teacher Volume 3. There should be another volume of this in here hopefully. It would be nice if they grouped series together for these sort of videos, but I'm not too fussed. A lot of people in the Discord love the series. I still not read my volume, but I've picked up a few more so I can binge a bunch together because I'm in such a binging manga sort of mood the past couple of months. I'm loving binging all the volumes of a series that I've got. Then we have Kuma 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 Bear Volume 9. And obviously, the very moment that I want to talk about the cat has left the room. This is the series that we named Yuna after. The main character in the teddy bear outfit is called Yuna. She is named after this character. Me and Ben have a deal that any animals, pets, cats that we get will be named after isekai protagonists. And yep, this is where we got Yuna from. Which worked out really well because she is an absolute teddy bear. Next we have Cinderella's Closet Volume 6. I love the colours of these spines. I like this sort of peachy salmon colour. I love seeing these on my shelves. I need to read further into the series. I've seen mixed opinions on it so far, so I'm interested to see what I think when I get into it. Then we have Volume 5 of The Summer You Were There, another series that I was definitely not bullied into picking up by Liddy. She loved this series. She kept telling me how much she cried reading it, and I'm like, why are you trying to make me read something that made you cry? So there should be a number of volumes of this in here. I don't think SciFier had Volume 1 in stock, unfortunately, but I think I got the rest of them. So I am ready the moment I find Volume 1. Then we have Go 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 Ghost Volume 1, a new series release from Yen Press. I assume something to do with like ghosts or yokai, but no idea. I'm going in blind. I usually go in fairly blind on my Volume 1s, it's how I like it. Then we have The Princess of Convenient Plot Devices Volume 5. This is a series that I really liked to begin with, but the last volume or two have been a bit dull, unfortunately. It is an isekai. It's technically sort of a villainess isekai. She's kind of meant to be the bad guy in this universe. I'm just like covering their faces unintentionally. I like we've got bright colours. This is a nice bright blue as well. I hope we kind of wrap this bit of arc that we're on because I'm just not interested. I think there's just too many characters that look really similar, so I'm getting confused. And the plot, there's just too much like story and lore that they're trying to throw you too quickly. And I just can't follow it, so I'm not enjoying it as much, unfortunately. Last one in here is Origin Volume 3. Hopefully there'll be another volume. There's Volume 2 in here somewhere. Volume 1 I did actually kind of enjoy, even though it's more sci-fi and I don't know why, but as of late I've just been a little less interested in sci-fi themed series, which makes no sense considering that was basically what I grew up on and loved. But I don't know. Recently it's just been more fantasy, hence like isekai and stuff. But I did slightly enjoy this one. It is the same manga as thingy, Dr. Stone. It's bocce. And we have kind of like rainbow different colours on the spines, which always appeals to me. Looks like we've got 3 more in here, and then we're on to another box. Okay, so on top we have XXX Holic 5, the Omni. I did recently resign myself to picking up the Omnis over the singles because I do not want to pay crazy prices for singles. So this and Tsubasa, I decided to go for the omnibuses and not pay silly prices because I would like to at least try and enjoy the story. So this and Tsubasa are series where I am picking up the omnibuses, not necessarily because I prefer them, just they're the more economical, accessible option. Financially accessible option, I suppose. There it is, Delinquent Daddy and Tender Teacher Volume 2. So yes, I do at least have 1 to 3 now. I've just slightly adjusted how I'm sitting so it's more comfy, but next we have Unnamed Memory Volume 5. I hadn't realised I was behind on this either. I might be missing Volume 4, or at least I might have thrown it in here somewhere. I quite like it, it's pleasant. I don't think it's like necessarily an outstanding series. I enjoy the slight witchy, the slight romance, the slight mystery element to this. Next we have The Saint Magic Powers Omnipotent, The Other Saint Volume 4. This is the final volume. Oh, thank God. I was gonna say, this series really, really annoys me because it is so unclear how far into the main series you need to get before you can read this. And worse yet, it goes at a faster pace than the main series. So like, I thought because I got into a point in the main series where I could read this, as long as I was reading another volume of the main series, I'd be fine to read this. But like, this kind of covers like a volume or 2-ish of content from the main one, and there just isn't enough volumes of that yet, so that's really annoying. I have to keep like dipping in and hoping. I actually am currently halfway through volume 2, and then noticed that I hadn't read this story in the main bit yet. I had no idea what was happening, so I put a bookmark in it and left it. But if this is the last volume, that does at least, it was quite chunky actually compared to the other ones. The other ones could be quite thin, unfortunately. Final volume, so that is complete. I did not realise. Excellent. Daily report about my Witch Senpai 3. Okay, let's just quickly flick in the back. Is there going to be a 4th one? Yes, there is. Right, so this is a series that was complete at 2 volumes, and due to popular demand, it came back, and the manga artist has continued the story, and I am delighted because I loved it. I thought it was adorable, it is lovely, it is wholesome, it is witchy, it's set in an office, it's got stars everywhere. It's just got stars everywhere, and I just here for it. I love stars. And then the back, I think volume 1 maybe, or volume 2, the artist was like, I like stars, so I drew lots of stars. And I'm like, oh, inspiration. And then when they announced it, I was just so excited. I'm just so happy. I'm so happy. Bite Maker 11, another one that is not plastic wrapped. Definitely a series I wish was done. I wish it was over. Or is this the final volume? It's the final volume. Oh my God, thank God. I haven't read my volume 10. I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna read 10 and 11 together. It just dragged on. It just dragged on, in my opinion. It should have been single digits max, and I haven't realised it was done with it. Oh my gosh, I'm just completely inept at knowing anything about manga series. Why do you watch my videos? It's because of my crazy holes, not my knowledge, I understand. It's actually also brought me joy. It's going to be done. I might, do I read that this evening? I don't know, but that's definitely going to be read this month. Last one in this package. Are you also the last one? Doesn't say, I don't think it is. It is Booty Royale 13 to 14. It is a very explicit series. It is, I think, often joked as like when you want to talk about a wretched series, this is one of the ones you talk about. It does have particularly disturbing scenes. I think I've read the first 2 or 3 omnibuses, and each one has like one moment where you're like, no way, did that just happen? I didn't just read, that's not something I just read, is it? Or looked at, or saw. I have nothing to justify it. I have nothing to justify why I picked this up other than I am disgusting. Oh, now that I've set myself on a stool, it's harder for me to reach into this box. I usually sit like kneeled down in front of the box, but it just kills my knees because I'm old. Okay, I know there are more, but we have 2 together at the moment. We have volumes 2 and 5 of Yokai Cats. There are actually quite a few series, I think they're by the same manga actually, where these are just kind of like 4-panel on a page silly things about cats. And this particular series, Yokai Cats, all the cats are different types of yokai and they have different odd things about them. Like there's this one that doesn't have like eyes, and if they're not smiling you can't see their mouth. There's one that's like a cloud, there's a kappa one, and it's just silly things. And I really love it. They're so adorable. But they are very pricey. They're pricey because they are full colour and they are very thin. So they're usually about £13, £14.99 pounds. So I do not normally rush to pick these up. But I read volume 1, I think, on a day when I was not feeling too good. And it picked me up so much because it was just so nice. So even though they are pricey because they make me happy, I am still going to let myself grab them. Great Jahi Will Not Be Defeated Volume 4. Now this one I think I actually bought used. I think there are some used things that I slipped in, not many. This is one of them. In fact, I think one of the Yokai Cat volumes I picked up is used, but I don't remember which one. This was about £4 or so. It is a reverse isekai. She has been sent from her fantasy world to Earth and has kind of lost her powers, and she's been trying to reclaim them. I don't think it's particularly good. I'm not a massive fan. Lots of other people are. Lots of people love it. I don't get it myself. I think it's fine. I've not read that many reverse isekais I have really liked yet. I'm not really that far into The Devil's a Part-Timer, and I can't think of more off the top of my head like right now. But yeah, this is a buying secondhand series currently for me. Saw in the House of Monsters 3, one of my dream series, because when I'm not talking manga or anything like this, something I like to do in my spare time, I don't know if it's weird or not, but it is something I like to do, is go on websites like, I don't know what the equivalent is in other countries, but in the UK we have one called Rightmove, where you can see houses for sale in particular areas, and I like to just go and look at the floor plans. Not for any other particular reason, I just like to look at floor plans. I really like floor plans. It's like one of my things when I play video games. The first thing I say to when Ben's like recommending a game, I'm like, okay, but does it have a map? And he's like, well, I'll only recommend games that have maps to you now because that's all you want to play. And I'm like, it's true. And this has floor plans for the houses they build, and descriptions, annotations. I don't know, like, how I liked it as much as I do. Was that cat? I'm not looking. I'm gonna just, I'm gonna be so excited when I read it and see the kitties. Little cat house. It's unfortunately another series that is a bit more pricey. It is $14.99, usually RRP in the UK. Some places might have it at $13.99, but a lot of the time I see it at $14.99. And we have Last Game Volume 4, which is unfortunately creased in the corner there. I did actually quite like my Volume 1. It has slight vibes of Kaguya-sama Love is War, in that they basically do both like each other, but they don't want to be the first to admit it, except he is like more aware of his feelings and she is less aware of her feelings. It's more about like him trying to get her to confess, and she's just sort of ambling around casually. She's just chilling. It's not an overly long series, but once again these volumes are a little pricey, so I did hold off picking these up for a while. I do think I'm now up to date, so I'm hoping there's another volume in here. I'm not sure if I picked up 5 actually, if 5 is out. Sometimes, like, just as a volume is out, it's more pricey on SciFier until it's been out a little bit and the price can stabilize. So I tend to wait a while after release before I pick them up nowadays. Not that I don't have enough to read or anything, so I don't mind. Next, we have My Gently Raised Beast 7. I have been really enjoying this manhwa a lot. We got a load more lore in volume 6, so I am looking forward to continuing on with that lore in this volume. Seven Fates Shako volume 3. I hadn't realised I was missing 3, and I think 4 is out imminently, if not already. This has been one of my least favourite Ease Press series so far. I wasn't really too fussed about the storyline, and because it's based on so shiny, literally everything, even all the fairy lights catching it. Because it's based on a group of people, they're people from a band already. They're trying to introduce lots of characters who have quite defined characteristics and personalities already. And as someone who is not aware of I know of them, but that is the limit of my knowledge. I just found it a lot to take in one volume, so maybe I'll find it better as it keeps going, but so far I feel like it's probably so far a series that is more intended towards fans of the band already, and maybe less so someone who has no idea what's going on. Last one in this box, and I can't believe we're still only on box 1. I've been recording like for half an hour already. I'm gonna try flipping the box so I have a little table. There we go. Oh, nope. Okay, we have got another 2 yokai cats, 3 and 4. So yes, I do have them all. I think it might have been 3 that was used. But I do like that I am holding these together, and I can't tell you which one is the used volume. So I take that as a win, I guess, for used. Because I definitely paid like 6 or so compared to the other ones. Then we have Overgeared Volume 4, another East Press, an isekai video game one. I've been enjoying it. It's filled with stats and all that jazz. I haven't read my Volume 3 yet, so I'll read 3 and 4 together. Oh, and there is Seven Fates Shaco Volume 4. I was like, I definitely was behind. I can't remember if I got 4. Apparently, I did also get 4. Then we have Itaewon Class Volume 2. This one I was also unsure if I enjoyed. I think I did. I do like a good revenge story, which is what this completely is. Volume 1 was primarily set up for the revenge, and then at the end we kind of just got the lead into what was happening. So I look forward to seeing more revenge plot. I'm going to pull out the Faku slightly so we don't accidentally flash it on screen, but we have this. This one is called Titillating, and I 100% picked it up because the title made me giggle. Absolute degenerate. And then the final volume in this stack, actually in this box, is I'll Never Be Your Crown Princess Betrothed Volume 1. So I'll Never Be Your Crown Princess technically completed at 3 volumes, but it did continue on with a subtitle, and then they went back to Volume 1, Betrothed. I read Volume 3 not actually that long ago, and I was quite disappointed. I don't think there was any smut in it at all. I don't think it needed to be plastic wrapped. There was just a lot of lore. It felt quite rushed, and I don't know if like they expected it to be complete in 3, and then they were like, actually no, just keep going. They were like, quick, we need story reasons to continue on and put it all in, because that was like 100% what Volume 3 felt like. I'll see what I feel with Volume 1 of the sequel, I guess. Now to drag over another box somehow. I hope you like the view of my little slippers. Okay, another box. That was heavy to shift. Hello, Yuna. Oh, we've got a different kind of packing on this one. It's like shredded boxes almost. Oh, bookmarks! Wait, were there bookmarks in the last box? You know, I don't think there were. Let's see what we've got. I know they've done a new series. Does look like we've got some new ones in here. There is also currently a bookmark competition occurring on the Dudette Discord server. The winner's bookmark will be printed and sent out with SciFier parcels, and you can have your little handle for whatever social media you want at the bottom. Winner also will receive a £100 SciFier gift card. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this will be the first of many competitions that they run, so if you miss out on this first one, you can hopefully join in on another one. Gosh, there is a lot. Actually, there's quite a lot of the older bookmarks in these, I want to say. I kind of like the Witcher one. I do like Witchers. It looks like we've got a good pile of volumes in this one. Actually, it does kind of look like there might be more parcels but less manga in each parcel. Well, oof, that was heavy. I dropped it. It ripped my bubble wrap. Let us see what we've got in here. So on top we have Inuyasha 12. I did buy a lot of Inuyasha because I don't know if this is just like its older printings or what. So they are still priced at $15.99. So a lot of the prices for this on SciFier, they worked out at like £10 a volume. And I kind of just went on a little bit of a, if it's Viz and I'm trying to get up to date with it, I'll just throw in what I can. As long as the price is around 3 for 2 price. I wasn't going to throw anything in if it was like close to retail still. I still have some like boundaries. So there should be a load of Inuyasha because they were decent prices, especially look how chunky and heavy this is. Next we have got No Love Zone Volume 1. I believe this is another BL manhwa. A lot of people in the Discord have been quite excited for this one. It is plastic wrapped, so I assume it's going to be good. I look forward to jumping into this one because I've really enjoyed all the BL manhwa I've read so far. Then we have Heartgear Volume 4. I hope there might be another volume or 2 of this in here. It's a Viz series I've not started yet, but as I said, I was throwing a bunch of Viz series in that were at least 3 for 2 prices because they are still the cheapest publisher for most stuff. So I, grabbed a load of this. On to another one. So yeah, I think there's more parcels in this one, but maybe less books in each one. I don't know if do you think they had different people packing them? Maybe that's why. First up, we have the World's Fastest Level Up Volume 3. I don't think this is a good series, but I do actually quite like it. It is another one of those dungeons have popped up in modern day Japan in the world, and people now go into them and adventure to level up, get loot and sell it on and that sort of jazz. So similar vein to Solo Leveling or Call to Adventure. This guy finds a cheat where you can level up more times a day than you should be able to. It is heavy on stats and leveling and all that, and that's just what I love in a series. So I even though I don't think it's good, I do love it. Next we have the villainess who has been killed 108 times. She remembers everything, volume 3. I have mistakenly said that this completes at 3 volumes. I was incorrect. It completes at 4 volumes. It was still cancelled, however, so I don't think it's going to end greatly. I was kind of sad because I thought the volume 1, I kind of liked the setup and the story that it was leading to, but if it's cancelled and not at very many volumes, I don't see how it can wrap it up nicely in any kind of way. So I think we're just going to have to see what it throws at us and hope. So only one more and that'll be complete. I'm going to wait for the volume 4 to come out before I read 2, 3 and 4 together. And we have volumes 15 and 19 of Yu Yu Hakusho, and I think 19 is the last volume in the series. I don't know what happened, but finally it seemed that a load of these did appear on SciFier, so I think I've just grabbed all that I could. I think it might make me now complete the series. I might have gotten like 10 or so of them. Again, sticking to 3 for 2 prices, so not buy. Well, these are now $8.99, so the 3 for 2 for these is $5.99-ish. So not buying above that still. I was gonna say, let's get another one. These ones are a lot bigger as well. How many volumes did I buy in the end? I don't remember. I don't think I quite hit 150. I'm not sure that's still any better. Yep, we have another Yu Yu Hakusho volume 18, so yep, we've got more of that. We have another Summer You Were There, this time it's volume 3. 2 volumes of The Fox and Little Tanuki, volumes 5 and 6. I think it's complete at 7. I can't remember if I picked up 7 as well. I was kind of saddened because volume 2 of this I think was green, so I was like, oh, we're going to get different coloured spines then. And then no, just the rest are brown. Why did they make one green? Next we got Ranma and a Half volume 23-24. I think they actually might have had all the Ranma and a Half that I needed, but some of them were close to retail, so I didn't pick them up. But I think the RRP on these is still $9.99, so it's 3 for 2 is like $6.66. Yeah, £6.66. So I've grabbed a few of those to get me a little bit closer, which is quite nice. She's the strongest bride, but I'm stronger in night battles. A harem chronicle of advancing through cunning tactics, volume 1. And I am 100% sure this is going to be awful trash, which means it is my perfect sort of series. It is plastic wrapped, it is Go Ship, so yeah. And also I can bet that this isn't even the main character, because we never get the main guy on the cover. Rainbow Days, volume 10. I don't think this has that many volumes left till it's complete. I'm very behind on it. I generally find I like binging high school romances anyway, just the faces to remember who's who and all that jazz. So I don't mind too much if I wait for this to be complete before I continue reading. I think I got to like volume 4, I want to say. One Piece Ace's Story, volume 2. I did actually intend to read volume 1 of this like a week or so ago, and then realised that I think this is only 2 volumes long for the manga, and I'd ordered it at this point, so I was like, nah, I'll just wait and read them both together. So it is also illustrated by Bocce, same as Dr. Stone and Origin, and it is based on a also 2-volume light novel around Ace. I flipped into it, and there is a nice little poster. It also looks like it has a bonus chapter at the end based on Nami. I do really rather look forward to reading this quite a lot. This is also going to be read this month. Then we have Usotoki Rhetoric volume 8. I hadn't realised that this is actually almost complete. There aren't many more volumes after this till it is done, and I am also behind on reading this, so I'll read them all together as well. I have quite enjoyed what I've read. I'm just behind on a lot of things. And doing reading challenges in the Discord is absolutely helping me catch up. I'm still very behind on a lot of things. I like this colour a lot. I don't think it picks up perfectly well on my camera, but this shade, this kind of like greeny, aqua minty colour is just... This is the shade I love a lot. And then we have volume 5 of Sasaki and Miyano, a high school BL, I believe. I have been coerced into picking this up because apparently it's very, very cute, and I do love cute series. They're very, very thin though, is mainly the reason I've put off picking them up so far. It's yellow, so you can't see what it actually says on it, can you? So I've been holding off reading any till I have a few because they're so thin. Okay. Oh, these are heavy. So we have got another Faku called Juicy Teas. This one is kind of thin compared to some of the others. Then we do have another Inuyasha. This one's volume 2, so this is probably the first one I needed to be able to have a more clear run, because I do have volume 1. This is also very heavy. Then we have another volume of Hard Gear, volume 3. I was fairly convinced I had ordered it, and I was right, I had. A Return as Magic Should Be Special, volume 4. I have really enjoyed what I've read of this, and I was actually kind of surprised that some of my friends that read IRL, that read online and stuff, had actually read this series as well. So that usually bodes well for something that I'm going to enjoy, but I've just not read too much further into this. It doesn't release too often either, so it's another reason to not rush it. Then we have Pupposits Attract Volume 1. This was a little bit more pricey. I think it's not been out too long, so I almost didn't grab it, but then I saw it looked fluffy and cute and had little doggies, and I was like, okay, I'll just get it anyway. Because I've been in like such not a great mood recently, so reading lighthearted fluff is like, it helps so much, and I'm just like, I'll just keep getting lots of lighthearted fluff. I want more. Feed on it. I need more. Then we have 3 volumes of Pleasure and Corruption, volumes 2, 4, and 1. Is that volume 1? Yes, I think this will make me complete. I think I picked up 3 volumes in Forbidden Planet Liverpool's sale section, and I think it is complete at 6 volumes. Yeah, it does say final volume on the back of volume 6, so that is complete with this, which is quite exciting. I don't know if it's hard to find or anything. I have absolutely no idea when it comes to temper. This is a little less heavy, this one. A little less heavy doesn't mean not heavy at all, though. Okay, we have 4 and 5 of Origin as well. I don't remember grabbing up to 5, but apparently I did. 4 and 5 of Origin, so I now have 1 to 5. I want to say it's completed like 10 volumes or so we're halfway through. Then we have Chasing Spica, Volume 1, which is, I also believe, a GL. It is a GL. Now, I'm not sure this is one that Lydia enjoyed, if I recall something that I saw her say somewhere, which never bodes well for a GL, but that won't stop me reading it. It'll just have me go, ugh. And then only really picking this up in sale sections. And we have Kowloon Generic Romance 7. This is a series I'm not rushing to pick up. I feel so far I'm in the minority of I'm not that fussed by it. I don't think it's bad, I'm just not bothered, I guess. I think I really want to read a load of volumes of this in one go. That is something I really want to do. I think I'm now about 3 volumes behind now, so I'm not sure if that's enough yet. I want to wait for one more, undecided. Then we have The Villainess and the Demon Knight 3. This is probably my favourite steamship title. It is an isekai, it's a villainess, it is filled with smart, it is red flag galore. I know people are like, yeah, I know you like it, but like the guy's problematic, and I'm like, no shit, it's problematic. That doesn't mean I can't enjoy it. There is very much a difference between what I enjoy reading and then real life. It's not like I want to date a guy like this. It's not like I want Ben to be this red flaggy or anything, but that doesn't mean I can enjoy some awful tropes. I actually have an acrylic stand of this guy like sat on a throne, and it's like really nice to look at. Okay, next we have Something for Ben, and that is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime light novel, volume 2. This has been tricky to find, and even on SciFier I did end up paying more than I would normally pay for a light novel from Yen Press, but Ben really wants to read more of this series and he doesn't have volume 2. So he was like, yeah, I know it's a bit more pricey, but that is something I want. Damn you, Benjamin. Look how good I am to him. So yeah, we threw it in anyway. There might be another 1 or 2 light novels and other things for him, but this was like the key one that he wanted because he wants to continue reading it, and it's just not popped up since. I think, when did we start picking him up the light novels? It was years ago. It might even be starting to predate me doing content and stuff like that. That's how long. Still not got a volume 2. Then No wonder he's annoyed. Next we have Witch Atelier Kitchen Volume 4, which is a spin-off from Witch Atelier. I don't think you really need to read that far into the main series, at least up to at least reading volume 1. It's kind of usually just set in like off time between like big story things happening, and they just cook food together. The only main spoilers you might have is if they have another character that hasn't been introduced in the main story yet, but that's probably it. But saying that, I've also not read far in yet, so I can't like properly guarantee it. Next we have Windbreaker Volume 4. Hopefully there is another volume in here because I do have a gap. I've seen a lot of people really enjoyed the series, and I think there's been an anime as well that's gone down really well, so I was like, well, I'll fill in a couple of gaps and start to have a clear run so I can start reading it. Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting Volume 5. I picked up 1 to 4, like, when did I pick it up? Like a couple of weeks ago, actually. It hasn't been in a haul yet. It's going to be in like my sort of Augusty haul, and that's I don't think gonna go up till after this one. This is a series that once again Liddy really loves, and you know when Liddy loves a series when she starts sending me eBay links to listings for volumes so I can then pick it up, which is exactly what happened with this. She sent me links, I purchased it, and now I have them, and I do intend to read them this month to make her happy, because that is all I do. I just try to make Liddy happy. I should just send Liddy my manga spreadsheet and my bank card details and then just see what turns up. Oh no, I'm not that brave. Okay, last parcel in this box, and then we're just down to 2 boxes. One of them is a lot smaller. I don't know, there's just something really satisfying about holding a stack of different series volumes together and seeing all the colours together. Actually, I'm gonna hold this on my. Actually, I'm gonna hold these on my knee because yeah, I might change the layout for the next box. So to show you volumes from series that I've already showed so far. We have another Summer You Were There, this time volume 2. Another Unnamed Memory, this time volume 4, so I was not crazy. I had picked up 4 and 5 because I hadn't realised I was that behind. Fox and the Little Tanuki 7, so I had picked up 7, so that is a series complete. When I Became a Commoner, They Broke Off Our Engagement 3. Volume 1 I found a bit odd and I wasn't too sure. I did actually slightly enjoy volume 2 a lot more, which I actually read not that long ago, only a couple of weeks ago, so I was kind of excited to pick up volume 3 to continue on to see what I think about it. Demons of the Shadow Realm volume 3. I am now quite behind on picking this up, but I also haven't started reading it, so I'm not that bothered. I want to say like volume 6 or something's just come out. Eminence in Shadow 10. I read some of this during Isekai month, I want to say last year, and really enjoyed it. I'm staying up to date, but I am behind on reading it as well. Ben recently picked up the light novel and he's very excited to dive in. Saint? No. I'm just a passing beast tamer. Oh, subtitle. The Invincible Saint and the Quest for Fluff, Volume 4. This is a light-hearted, very non-serious isekai with very cutesy characters. It is nothing remarkable, but if you like cutesy things and fluffy and adorable, then yeah, sure, give it a go. The Reformation of the World as Overseen by a Realist Demon King, Volume 4. I really like the sort of mix of pink and yellow on the spine. It was actually the first one I was like drawn to while holding that stack. This is a vaguely interesting isekai. It's one again where I don't think it's amazing, but I quite liked it, so I am quite excited to read more. Oh no, it's scuffed on the corner. It slightly ruins the immersion. Kiss the Scars of the Girls Volume 3, which is the final volume in this series. It is a GL, I believe. I did make a slight boo-boo. I didn't realise I don't have volume 2. So I'm gonna go track down and purchase volume 2 and then read all 3 together. I do, for the most part, if I know ahead of time that it's like 5 volumes or less, will wait to have them all and read them together. I'm giving the disgraced noble lady I rescued a crash course in naughtiness. I'll spoil her with delicacies and style to make her the happiest woman in the world, volume 6. This is an amazing series. I absolutely adore it. It's cute, it is lovely, it warms your heart, it makes me cry with joy. And I feel because its title sounds really dodgy, it puts a lot of people off. And then you have people who are like, oh, I'll try it anyway, and then love it. It almost feels like a weird sort of inside joke that those of us who read it, like, you look at that and you go, oh no, it's going to be degenerate. And then you read it and it is literally as far away from degenerate as it can be. I do wish more people would give this series a go, regardless of the title. It is such a baitish title because it is not degenerate at all in the slightest. Okay, we're another box down. We're gonna get another one. I might try and grab a table now to show the holes on. Okay, this is a little better, but I realize I won't be able to show you like opening the box. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the box and then load out all the like bubble wrap parcels on here. So we got some more bookmarks. Don't know if some of these are new. I think so. Okay, we'll do these ones first. So this box I've just opened was like the heaviest box. I think it might be the biggest one. Let's see how this now goes, this setup. I don't usually change setups like halfway through. So we have Blade of the Moon Princess Volume 4. There are 5 volumes in this series before it's complete, so I have read the first one. I wasn't a massive fan, so I'm going to wait till 5 is out and then read 2 to 5 together. Then we have Mashal 15, another series where I hadn't realised I was a volume behind, so this is me filling a gap. I do like Mashal. I kind of wish that it was both longer and shorter all at once. There's a lot of Shonen Jump series where I feel like we've sort of just careened straight into the final arc, and this is one of them. So the other one I can think of off the top of my head is Undead Unluck. I kind of wish we'd had a variety of more arcs and let them go on a bit longer before we started going to this point. A Condition Called Love Volume 9. I have been rather enjoying this high school romance. I know it isn't everyone's cup of tea, but it is one that I quite like, which when I'm reading, that's all that matters. I believe there is an anime as well if you're interested in trying it without, you know, buying a bunch of manga. Whoever Steals This Book Volume 2. So Volume 1 was very kindly sent to me by Yen Press, and I think I enjoyed it. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. I don't think it's actually very long. I think it's only going to be like 3 or so volumes. I kind of like the concept of jumping into books and different things that happened and scenarios and such, so for it to only be quite short, I was like, dang it. But maybe if it was too long, it would drag out. I don't know. Okay, next parcel. We got another Faku title. This one is called Otherworldly Maidens, Monster Girls from Another World. So obviously isekai, very excited, but very, very much not a cover I can show. I don't even understand how that works. I don't think that's physically possible what's on the cover. But when has Faku cared about physically possible? So we have some taller volumes in this one. We have Windbreaker Volume 2, which was the volume I was missing to have a run of this. So now I have 1 to 4, I want to say, so I can read a bit of this. Then we have In the Clear Moonlit Dusk 7. I am quite behind on reading this. I think I've read 1 to 3, so I have 4 of these to read. I am looking forward to binging it because I think I binged 1 to 3 or 2 and 3. I liked reading them back to back. And I like this green. I like this green a lot. Then we have Rooster Fighter Volume 6, which is just a hilarious read. It is like a pick-me-up silliness kind of read. I haven't looked it up in a while. I don't believe it's complete yet, but I kind of hope it doesn't go on too long, but I also love it at the same time. I can't decide. I'm so indecisive. And then we have Why Raeliana Ended Up at the Duke's Mansion 7. I am rather fond of this series. It was one of my first forays into manhwa. I did read somewhere it's completed 7. I must have misread that because it definitely says in the back preview for Volume 8. So I'm going to look that up after this. I even have an Nendroid of the guy, of Noah. It is an isekai, but it's not got too much the isekai tropes anymore. She realizes she's a character that doesn't survive too long in the story, so finds a way for her to survive. And then after that, we're derailing a little bit. I feel like it's starting to pick up. I've not read my Volume 6 yet, but I feel like it's going to start picking up into the story of the book she's been isekai'd into then. But I'll find out when I read it. We have got Volume 13 of World's End Harem Afterworld. So the main series completed at 12 volumes, and then this is like the sequel, but they continued the numbering. I did actually binge, I want to say 3 or 4 volumes to wrap up to Volume 12 a couple of weeks ago. And I actually quite enjoyed binging them. The story is just still weird, and I'm like, of course, this is a story. But I couldn't read any further because I didn't have 13, but now I do. I do have a good number of volumes post 13 as well. I want to say I have up to 16. 17 might just be out, but I don't think I got it. I don't think I ordered it either. But at least I filled a gap. Associate Professor Arika Takasuki's Conjecture 4. I have been staying up to date picking this up. I have not started reading it, and I have no idea what it's about. And I need you to forgive me on this one, because I have nothing else to say because I've not read it yet. My Poison Princess is still cute volume 3 and the final volume in this series. It is short. It is a very cute, wholesome 4-coma. It is light-hearted. It is not that deep at all. I quite liked volume 1 a lot. I've not read my volume 2 because I realised it was only 3 volumes after I'd read volume 1, so I'll read 2 and 3 together. I like it. It's episodic, it's 4-coma, it's adorable. It depends if you're into that kind of thing. It is one I would recommend from reading volume 1, but if you're not into 4-coma, you probably won't enjoy it. Shoha Shoten volume 5, another Viz one that I am staying up to date with, but I am very behind on reading. I've been doing so much reading this month though, so maybe I'll be able to get up to date on this one as well. I did find the humour quite cringy in volume 1. It wasn't my kind of humour, so I don't know if that's also putting me off reading any further yet. Okay, now I need to bring up some more parcels, but they're all bigger. How many volumes are in this one? This is a chunky boy. Ooh, actually quite a few of these look like they're from series I've already talked about, so shouldn't take too long. First off, we have volume 9 of his favourite. This was actually in the daily deals, so I grabbed it for like £5. I've been getting a load of these volumes in sale sections in various stores. I don't have any early volumes, but I have like a clear run from 7 to 12 or something now. Then we have another 3 volumes of Yu Yu Hakusho, volume 4, 13, and 14. I got confused because I said 4 twice. I was like, there we go. And we have 2 volumes of Dr. Slump, volume 5 and volume 10. This has recently had a reprint. Has it printed? Oh, it's interesting. It doesn't have pounds on the back. Interesting. So I'm going to start trying to pick this series up if I can, but only for 3 for 2 prices. So SciFier did have some more volumes of the series listed. They just weren't cheap enough for me. And we have another Ranma volume, volume 19, 20. I think after all the ones in these haul, I think I'll only be missing like 3, maybe, until I'm complete. Rainbow Days 9, apparently I was behind on this and hadn't realised. Do like the rainbows on the spines. Hayate Combat Butler 42. It is a current mission of mine to try and complete or get up to date with the series. Some of the ones in the 20s I think are the hardest ones to find at the moment, but I am biding my time and enjoying going on the hunt for the volumes. So I'm just keeping an eye out for those, and I will one day get a set. Wolf Girl and Black Prince volume 8. I am currently in the middle of reading volume 7 of this, and though I do enjoy this because it is a nice burning hot mess, volume 7 I'm currently finding a little bit dull. So I'm not sure if I'm going to push myself to also read volume 8, but I have it, so I might, and I'm already in the zone of reading the series, so I might. Not sure. Oh gosh, we've got another parcel now. I was like, this is so heavy, and I've realised why it's so heavy. Okay, so why this stack is so incredibly heavy is because we have 3 volumes of Inuyasha. We have volume 13, volume 17, which is incredibly thick and chunky. Why is it so thick? And volume 15, and like for comparison, like there's quite a difference, isn't it? So that's why that was so heavy. Oh my gosh. Next we have Star Wars The Mandalorian volume 2. I actually read volume 1 of this also only a few weeks ago. Proof that I do read my books sometimes. So I had no idea what to expect when going into this, but this is basically just a retelling of the TV series. I wasn't sure if it was going to be like bonus stories or a new story set like in between the TV series. But no, it is just a retelling of the TV series, so it depends if you're bothered by that. I tend to be less bothered about things that are just a retelling over stuff that has like new content. Fortunately, a lot of the Star Wars ones do tend to be just retellings apart from like the High Republic ones and the Princess Leia one. So it depends if you're like a big enough fan that you want to pick it up anyway, like me. Then we have Ice Guy and Cool Girl volume 4. I was unsure if I was going to pick this up at first because it's pricey. But I have picked up volume 5 elsewhere and I didn't want to have a gap, so I did pick it up in the end. It is a very, very nice green. The volumes are really pretty. I enjoy the volumes. I enjoy the series. I like the characters. I just don't like the prices. Square Enix, why is this RRP $14.99? Why? Next we have The Medalist volume 3. I think I didn't enjoy volume 1 as much as I thought I might going into it, but I did like learning about ice skating. I think just I generally found the story a bit more down than I was expecting, and as I've said now multiple times, I'm trying to keep myself jolly and reading happy stuff. And I did just find it a bit more down than I expected from the way people talked about it. But I did really enjoy reading about different types of ice skating moves and stuff because it's just not something I know anything about. And I love learning, particularly in manga format, because it's like the one thing I'll actually happily read and take in what they're saying. Oh my god. You know what, I'm gonna flip this over and it's just all Inuyasha, isn't it? Okay, almost. Oh, there's a Faku! Hide the Faku! I'll peel out the Faku so I don't accidentally show something I shouldn't. So we have another one here. That is the top of it. It is called Meaty Minxes. And it's quite a thin volume, this one. Meaty Minxes. It's kind of a shame they're so thin, to be honest. Especially since it's harder to tell before you buy. I do realise that actually some SciFier might list like page count. Maybe I should look at that. But yeah, I none of the Faku got added on stream. I went to go look because afterwards I was going through, then I was like, shoot, I didn't go to check if there was any, I think, Faku or Dempa or something. And there were loads of Faku that I didn't have. I don't know if they were new or they're new or what, but I was like, damn, and they're all like not too bad prices. I'm gonna have to throw them in. And Ben was like, you're trying to cull your basket, not add more. And I'm like, yes, but it's Faku. Anywho, the other volume in this that isn't Faku or Inuyasha is Inside Mari Volume 2. I think I'm only missing one volume of this series before it's complete. I understand it's a trickier to find volume. I can't remember off the top of my head which one it is. I want to say 7 maybe? And then, yep, we've got 4 more Inuyasha, 10, 11, 7, and 18. 18 is also fairly chunky. Were they just trying to wrap the series up and not have to publish another volume maybe? I'm not too sure, to be honest. But it is 18 is definitely also chunky. I'm not sure it's as chunky as 17, but it's still chunky. I would like to say I don't have any room on the shelf where Inuyasha currently is, so I don't know where I'm putting this. That's for future me to figure out. This is the last parcel in this box, and then we have the smaller one, and then we're done. So we got another 2 volumes of Yu Yu Hakusho, volume 9 and 16. We have another Dr. Slump, volume 4. Volume 5 of Crash Course on Naughtiness, because I had fallen behind on this one, unfortunately. Volume 13 of The King's Beast, staying up to date, but still no, I don't think I've read past volume 1 yet. Chainsaw Man 15, another one. I've read volume 1. I think I'm slightly holding off on Chainsaw Man because I'm worried the hype's going to ruin it for me. But also, I'd kind of like to do a video vlog of me reading this and getting up to date with it. There's a few series I'd like to do it with. So there's this one, JoJo, Jujutsu Kaisen, and it just unfortunately almost it puts me off reading it because I'm like, I need to be in the right mindset to be able to record and stuff, which is backwards. But I think that's currently my plan with Chainsaw Man. Tales of Tendo Family Volume 3. I kind of loved Volume 1 in what a hot mess it was, and that I was not expecting in the slightest. I read it was going to be like a nice, wholesome, romance, cutesy thing, and it was like, oh, hardcore, like, was not expecting it. Well, maybe not hardcore, but it was such a not what I was expecting that it, like, hit harder, if that makes sense. I have 2, 1, 3 to read. I'm going to read those together. The Villainous Guide to Not Falling in Love, Volume 2. I did enjoy Volume 1, but if you were to ask me like what happened or the plot, I genuinely can't tell you. It is a very generic villainess in an otome game, and I think all the boys are now falling for her instead. But in terms of like actual plot that's specific to this volume, I can't off the top of my head. If you are a fan of this kind of genre, go for it. But if you're looking for anything with more substance, I probably wouldn't recommend it. So like me, obviously, give me more. Next we have Dragon Ghost House Hunting Volume 10, and I didn't realise till I just looked at the back that this is the final volume in the series, and I'm kind of sad. I feel like I'm almost going to start crying. I love this series a lot, and it's been very, very slow releasing, so I kind of stopped reading around Volume 5 or so to wait for a bit, because I liked reading them together. And apparently this is the last volume, so I guess it is time for me to read it. It's just about a dragon trying to find a home. And it's just lovely. It is just lovely. And I am looking forward and not looking forward to completing it now. Okay, that was the last big box. We have the smaller box and then we are done. And I am slightly glad because I am desperate for a drink. I load more bookmarks in this one. I hope I'm not going to flash any more Faku by accident again. So we have That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime light novel 4. So I think this was the other gap Ben had. So we should be good now for a clear run. The question is if I'm kind and give these to him sooner or wait till Christmas, because usually this is the point where I'm now starting to hoard for his light novel Christmas stack, pile, mound, mountain, gorge. No, that's not the right word. It depends if I should or not, don't know. If he asks nicely. We have another last game, this time volume 5. So I had ordered volume 5. Do I have volume 3? I do have volume 3. I was like, can I see it from here? I can. I hadn't realised I had 3, so I thought I had to order it. I have 1 to 5. I still need to decide if I'm going to wait to read them all together, but I would like to read more. I don't know. Then we have Healer for the Shadow Hero Volume 2, which is the steamship title. The premise is whoever she gives her virginity to or something gets like powers or is stronger or something like that, and they want her to give it to him, but neither of them are too sure. Actually, I think she's like okay with it because she's like, oh yeah, if it'll help someone, I don't mind. It's fine. It's definitely not the worst steamship, but it is not outstanding. I hope it picks up. Magic Knight Ray Earth Volume 3. In the Discord, we are currently running a Clamp month, and I am trying to actually try reading Clamp because I'm mostly just relying on Liddy telling me what I should go for and such. And Kodansha are reprinting this in like normal size volumes. They do have like a box set version, but it's pricey and hardcover and big. And they're doing these, and I think this one's just out. So this is another one I'm going to try and read this month, in theory, hopefully. Reliving My Life with a Boyfriend Who Doesn't Remember Me, Volume 1. So quickly flicking on the back, it looks like it's a time loop of some variety, but that's about the limit that I know of it. I'm interested to see what I think when I get to it. Abandoned Empress Volume 8. What a lovely cover, and I think with the hollow as well. That is absolutely beautiful, and I'm just kind of what's the word? A glutton? No, not a glutton. I just love hair like this. It reminds me of Penelope in Villains Are Destined to Die. It's so nice and big and bright and red. Oh, I believe there might only be 9 volumes, so one more we might be complete maybe. And then we have Cat on the Hero's Lap Volume 2. This was a slight frivolous pickup because it's pricey. It's about a guy who is a hero, and every time he tries to do something hero-y, the cat comes along and sits on his lap, and he's like, well, the cat's on my lap, I can't move now. And it's just lighthearted with cats. So obviously it is the best thing ever. And I need more. But it's pricey because it is a large 7Cs, which means $13, $14.99 RRP, so I do not rush to pick it up. But it's cats, so I also slightly do. I believe we have this parcel and one more, and then we are done. So we have another volume of The Summer You Were There. This time it's volume 4. So yes, I did get 2, 3, 4, and 5. I just need to now track down volume 1, so Liddy can be happy with me. And we have Wicked Trapper volume 4, which I believe is the final volume. Yeah, I think it's the final volume. This is a bit explicit, I want to say. It is an isekai, it is plastic wrapped, and like has many trigger warnings and problems with it. So I would definitely look it up before attempting to pick it up if you do so choose. Another Sasaki Miyano volume 2. Why are they so thin? That's quite sad. Oh, and volume 4 as well, nearly missed that one. 2 volumes of Horimiya, volume 7 and 9. I am very slowly picking this series up. These were both in the daily deals on SciFier, so I paid even less like normal than like 3 for 2 for these. But yeah, I am picking this up very slowly over time. I am getting there, slowly but surely is my catchphrase in picking up volumes. And then we have Miss Savage Fang volume 1. It is a manga adaptation of a light novel. Ben does have the light novel, I don't think he's read it though. Don't know the premise, but I would quite like to try and read it alongside Ben reading the light novel because it's fun to compare notes. Last parcel, and then we are done, and I can show you it all together. So I have got another Cinderella Closet Volume 5, which is nice because the other was Volume 6, so at least I don't have a gap. Adachi and Shimamura Volume 1. I believe this was in the daily deals, and it is a GL series, so I nabbed it. Breakfast with My Two-Tailed Cat Volume 2. I have made a slight mistake, and I think I already do have this one, so I'll probably add it to my swap giveaway pile at some point. My Dad's the Queen of All VTubers, Volume 1, published by Caketinz Books, which is unfortunately a bit more pricey. This one looked like it was going to be fun, silly, so I have been wanting to pick this one up and I just keep forgetting. And then I did remember to look up the publisher and saw it, and I was like, let's just grab it. We have another volume also by Caketinz Books. This one, The Bottom Tier Baron's Accidental Rise to the Top, which does sound like a... Oh my gosh, I just read the first sentence on this back and I'm like, my mind is frazzled. Welcome to the barony of Babylon, where barbarians battle and blasphemous believers babble. After the death of the Babylons, the Baron and Baroness of Barony, young Rise Babylon inherits both the title of Baron of Babylon and the Barony of Babylon. That is just like that's just nonsense, that is. Maybe not an isekai, but doesn't sound good, but I can't wait to read it. Then we have The Condemned Villainess Goes Back in Time and Aims to Become the Ultimate Villain 2. This one I did also enjoy, but don't remember a huge amount of the plot, except she is trying to like be a really good villain, like a proper good villain, and I quite liked that. I look forward to this one too. And then the final volume, I was incorrect. I had purchased Another World and Harem. I had purchased volume 17, so I do think that is me mostly up to date. I'm kind of interested to see what the second like arc is going to be about, what's going to happen, but it's not it tries to have plot, but the plot always just boils down to, quick, we gotta reproduce for the sake of humanity. Okay, that was all of my manga from my SciFier buying stream haul. I am going to try and put it all together and then show you the result. But I might do it in the morning because I'm knackered and need a drink. But I will show you the result. As promised, it is the next day, and here is the haul. I have grouped series together so we can see them all and how much we've got of each. They're not in like order, but they are grouped together. So we've got all our Inuyasha, we've got our Yu Yu Hakusho, we've got Yuna, who's realised I've started recording. You like this? Why? What an attention-seeking cat. We have the Faku down the side because it's just easier for editing if I don't let it be anywhere visible. We have a chunk of Fox and Tanuki. We've got a vaguely grouped it, so we've got like larger volumes here, the Ise Yen Press manhwa. We've got large volumes like Seven Seeds and Kodansha and Ben's light novels. We got Viz, 1 volumes of Viz. We've got Yen Press and bigger Kodanshas and stuff. and then Yuna's butt. And then more 7 Seas at the end. So this is the haul, including the cat. I'm really pleased with it. Lots of nice new, I swear to God, you know, lots of new releases. I'm very pleased with that. Let me know in the comments what you think of my pickups and where do you think I should start first. Though it'll probably be a few months after I'm recording this that this video will go up. If you see anything here that you like the look of, do be sure to use code Caketinz for 5% off your SciFier order. I'm not sure every SciFier order will come with a fluffy cat who likes to get in the way when you're recording though. Okay, tell me. If you're interested in early access to all my videos so you don't have to wait till it hits the... Okay. You don't have to wait till it hits public to be able to see it. It's 99p a month. You get early access, Discord channel, and emotes when I stream. She is like got a grip on my hand at the moment. Remember to like and subscribe and join the Discord and use code Caketinz. Otherwise, I hope you have the most wonderful day and I will see you next time. Bye!